All right, everyone. I think we're all ready for our next run. So please give a warm, fast as furs welcome to the one, the only lumiandyou with Divinity Original Sin 2.
Hello, everybody. I am Lumi, obviously a speedrunner and a compulsively silly Twitch creature. Today I'm joined by my good buddy and current world record holder for this category, Worldly.
Hello, everybody. I'm Worldly, and I also speedrun this game, but Lumi invited me to commentate, so I'm going to be doing that today for her.
You're the best. So today I'm playing Divinity Original Sin 2, obviously. It's by Larian Studios, a classic role-playing game. This game takes like 100 hours to complete normally, but we've been working on this for a number of years, and through this we've managed to shorten that significantly. There is a catch, though. Many of the tricks you're going to see are from our advanced guide, and they can be quite unforgiving, and a single misstep can be really tough to recover from. But sure, we'll be totally fine. Ready, Worldly?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Andy, you ready over there?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Bring it.
All right, I am ready to start whenever.
And we'll do a countdown in for 5 to go.
Sounds great.
All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, good luck, everybody. So, Divinity Original Sin 2, like I said, it takes a really long time. There's lots of dialogue. The first thing you're going to notice here is that I've bound the skipping of dialogue to the scroll wheel. So we can get through that pesky dialogue pretty quickly. Like I was saying, this is a very difficult run, and the beginning of it is the hardest part. So I'm going to be trying to quick save, hopefully be able to recover from anything too nasty. So what you're seeing immediately up there is I'm clicking a little button next to that minimap. We call this minimap canceling or minimap pinging. Ping canceling, rather. And what that does is cancel any animation that is currently happening. And I'm going to grab this bedroll because it allows us to give ourselves knockdown immunity. And right here, the hardest trick in the entire run. I'm going to quick save. Hopefully it doesn't go wrong. I will explain it just after. Quick, I'm going to actually...
You didn't bedroll.
Yep. Reloading really quickly. Like I said, hardest one here. Donations will be available soon. Maybe we can squeeze one in here.
One in, I can do that quickly. Yeah, David coming in with $20. It says, I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, looking good here. In practice, I managed to hit that one maybe 70% of the time, but it's taken hours of practice to get to that point. And just like that, we're through the tutorial. I'm going to hold here just for 1 second to explain what just happened. So I went and I did a trick called the super fling, where we will bind the alternate interact button to our mouse and click and drag something, and it happens to throw it quite far, in a way that's clearly not intended. We throw it over a wall to hit somebody, which triggers an initial cutscene, and then we damage a fellow named Gil with a little flask, and that causes us to enter the end of that cutscene. And it's typically actually how it's intended to happen, but not in that area. So that 45-minute or so tutorial is done in roughly a minute.
It's pretty fast. Nice job, Lumi.
Thank you. I was honestly huge sigh of relief now because that was, by a huge margin, the hardest trick in the entire run.
Very hard. Biggest resets.
Absolutely. Especially when we were first learning it. Oh my gosh. Lots of frustration. So now we're entering the... What's that?
So do you want to tell us about the bag?
Yeah, okay. Why not? So we have been gathering a lot of heavy items that we can find all throughout this run. And we're going to make use of that a little bit later because this game has this concept of thrown items being placed on other enemies and it causing damage to them based on the amount of weight that we have. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're trying to basically get a lot of weight, and then we'll pick that up a little bit later with our companion. Right there, I just did 42 consecutive inputs with my scroll wheel, and then 4 and then 2 to select the class that we need for our little buddy there, Red Prince. Very, very easy thing to get wrong. Let me make sure in stealth next to this guy.
And we're just going to stealth through this portion past the past Dallas, and we have time for some donations.
Excellent, I got a couple for you. We have a $100 donation by the
Man.
Red Prince, who says,
Oh,
we'll be friends forever, right?
absolutely, Red Prince. I would never, ever get rid of you.
Aw, so sweet.
Thank you so
have,
much.
Then we have a $10 donation by Pole42. I hope I got your name right there. They say, remember, Looney, Genode. P.S. Les renards c'est bien.
Yes, foxes are great. Thank you, Poulet.
So, I guess I'll take over for
Yeah, go for it.
now. Yeah, okay. So what we just saw there was us going through the Oravant's chamber, which normally would be a pretty big fight encounter, but using Chameleon Cloak, we can abuse a lot of these encounters and just skip them. Then you're going to see Lumi fighting this Croc and also leveling up some skills on our main character. So the main point of Act 1 here is to get to the very end of the area where the big Alexander fight is. So we just need to keep our lizard moving here to that position, basically to that point. So as she's running up, she's going to be collecting a lot of weight for the bag. And the reason we were killing that crocodile with the Red Prince was because it has a unique item. For some reason, that crocodile wears a pair of gloves that
Very
gives us
fashionable.
teleportation. Yes. Just like on the runway. So here after this pig spit, which can go horribly wrong if you guys have seen any of these runs before, they can go pretty bad. So Lumi got through that pretty quick. And so we've gotten the teleport gloves, we've collected all the weight we need just about, and Lumi's just going to be speeding to the end of the act here as fast as she can to start the last encounter. There is a few things we need in order to do this, and one of them is the sheep shears, which is basically just counts as a dagger, and the dagger has a unique modifier that allows us to backstab enemies, and that in combination with the telekinesis bag can give us extremely high amounts of damage. Now, as you just saw there, we just skipped past the Shriekers by sprinting, when normally you would have to do a really long quest line to get the Purging Wands to defeat those Shriekers. You'd either save Gareth, or you'd have to go kill Slain or go and kill Rebecca the Witch. But in this case, we can just sprint past, do a quick hide, and start the encounter with the Magisters here. And you can see Lumi using that telekinesis to her advantage to just take out these enemies really quickly. And then there's another really broken mechanic where if you use the Play Dead skill, if you use the Play Dead skill, you'll be able to move items around without going out of the Play Dead animation. So enemies just literally will not attack you, and you can just keep murdering them with the bag. So I did a reload here because it can be pretty detrimental to get pulled out of that Play Dead state. And the trigger for the Void Worm here is actually killing Alexander, who, he doesn't really die ever. So now the worm faces away from us, and we can get that backstab multiplier with the bag just to finish off the fight here. She just got to do a couple more things. Not going for that super fling because it can sometimes really mess up the run. And then here, after we've reached level 4, Red Prince can sneak and steal Tactical Retreat, which is a movement ability from Butters there, but only after romancing her, of course. So here we see in the Hall of Echoes, just quickly going through that, but then a really important trick here is coming up after Lumi grabs the bag here. She's going to basically grab this water barrel, and she's going to place it in an invalid position, and that's going to set an XYZ coordinate in the memory that we're going to use a little bit later here.
But victorious.
And that is the end of Act 1.
Yeah. I don't remember having to
Great.
romance
Great.
Butters. Maybe that was.
Well
I
done.
can talk to her.
Maybe that's your route.
So here we just have to drop off some weight, and just going to do a quick Q fling It's a little bit of a complicated trick, but basically it's just another type of way to fling an object. And she's going to head downstairs. Of course, our best friend, Red Prince, just decided he did not want to be best friends anymore, but that's okay, because we got a new best friend. His name is Ifan, and we're going to send him upstairs. He's our new pack mule. And so we're just heading downstairs. We need to clip through this door that's normally a big pain to get through. And Lumi's just grabbing the pyramid from the table there, and she's going to teleport to the blue pyramid here. And when she drops this pyramid, it just disappears into nowhere. And this is the node fling, as Poulet mentioned, the G node, the G node. Basically, that XYZ coordinate we set at the end of Act 1 became that position for when she goes to fling the pyramid. So even though we're in a completely new map, that XYZ coordinate was right over this position on the Dallas encounter. And of course, you don't see Dallas the Hammer here, but it's still the same fight, and you can finish it the same way by killing all the enemies on the boat. And Lumi doing a quick super fling to kill the enemies with the bag, and you're seeing that Death Fog RNG get all 4 enemies there, which was great.
Love to see that.
She's going to teleport the last Magister into the Death Fog, and here's a cool trick. She's going to jump right before the cutscene happens.
Maybe didn't get that. We'll see.
Unfortunately. But it's a tough trick to get. If you do get it correctly, you'll be able to skip a little bit here after the Hall of Echoes. And funny story, the Bless here, for some reason, you don't actually have to be within range to cast it on these guys. I'm
going to load this quick save, actually, and give that trick one more try.
Sure. Yeah, so once again, just going to finish off the fight, and just going to try and jump here when the banner comes up. There we go. That was a good
That
jump.
looked good, yeah.
So basically, Ifan is stuck in that jumping animation until we finish this bit. He's not even in our party anymore. And then when after you grab the bag, nice risky trick there, by the way, that can kill them.
What's the marathon strat? I don't know.
The Bless first, and then and then grabbing the bag. So just setting a node one more time, that XYZ coordinate. And you can see that Ifan is actually down at the bottom of the boat instead of spawning up top with us after the Hall of Echoes, because he was mid-jump as we... wow, my voice. He was mid-jump as we went into that cutscene there.
Totally.
And that's the end of Act 1.5, we call it. I think it's still technically part of Act 1, so... But yeah, she set a node, and you're going to see us use it right away here in Act 2. And coming up on Act 2, this used to be an incredibly hard act to complete, and it does have a lot of unique movements, but we kind of just optimize it to the point where it's less than 2 minutes. So here, Lumi's just got to get the waypoint. And the main goal of Act 2 is to get 2 more source points, which is like your super powerful, it's the game runs on like you need AP to do skills, and some skills require source to perform. And so when you get 3 source points, you can move on to the next act. From Act 2, regardless of how you get it, you just need the 2 source points. So what we saw there was Lumi just did a super fling all the way to the Jahan area, and then she's jumping over to the Blood Moon Isle, which normally you would not get here until way later in the game. You'd want to be pretty strong to get here.
Yeah, what are we, 20 hours in, you think?
Yeah. For me, it'd be like 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played this game forever. So just talk to the Advocate. He's going to give us a source point, and then we're going to teleport back to Jahan. And basically, Jahan really dislikes the Advocate, and he's like, wow, you sent the Advocate to the Hall of Echoes. Here's another source point. So, so now we have 3 source points available to us. And we just have to go into the Hall of Echoes ourselves to basically tell the game, like, set a trigger that says we're ready to go to the next act. So here you're going to see Lumi get the ingredients we need. We also did just jump an out of bounds area straight into this basement, which I forgot to mention. Sorry about that.
Yeah, casual thing.
Yeah. So like a lot of the areas are loaded in the same place, and because there's no ceilings, we can kind of see them anyways. Even if they're not, like, we can't see them, but they are there. So we can place objects in those areas using super flings. So here, Lumi's going to do a super fling to the out of bounds using the blue pyramid. Not going for you.
Minute now. There we go.
There we go. And then resetting the camera. She's going to grab the pyramid, set one more node before heading to the next act. And this is basically she's just using the XY coordinates on the minimap to get the node she needs for the next act. So great job on Act 2.
Yeah, we give her a little pat on the back to end that little dialogue too.
Participation medal for that one. No.
Yeah, exactly.
More surprises and difficult choices.
No, but great run so far, honestly.
Yeah, very happy.
The hardest parts are really pretty much over. So if any of you know, Act 3 is a puzzle act where you normally would need to like go and go to the left side of the island, go to the right side of the island, and then, meet up with a few people. But here we're just going to use that node that we set in Act 2 and teleport straight to the Arbiter. Of course, we do have to re-recruit Ifan, and because he has our bag. And when we talk to Alexander, who's once again alive, he just dies for some reason, probably because of some interaction with Ifan. Recently found. So
yeah.
This speedrun has changed a lot. So a lot of these newer tricks are a bit harder to explain. And here you're just going to see one more super fling straight to the end of the fight, which would normally be a big encounter, and you'd have to like fight everybody there. But we just skip all that. I'm just gonna blow up this death fog barrel. Did you save before doing that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Everything's a save.
It looks like you didn't get
Let's
it.
reload.
I think that barrel needs to be a bit farther back, but
yeah, sounds good.
We might have talked. So Lumi's just gonna blow up this barrel, and basically what happens is our companion Ifan gets teleported to this spot, and he immediately dies in that death fog. And this stops us from having to fight two bosses. And Lumi's going to do a nice super fling to a specific point here for that pyramid, where when she teleports to it, she's going to be below the cliff. And this is actually quite a hard trick to pull off with that timing. No, you got to throw the pyramid first. Go to your bar. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, so she's gonna she skipped some text, so she didn't have to do a quick save reload, and she's gonna use the bag to kill our friend
Neil.
And he is suddenly facing away from us because we teleported to the pyramid, and we get that backstab multiplier again, and just destroying him in 2 shots here, which is really, really great for us.
Because we only have 2 shots to do.
Yeah, we only have 2 AP, so if anything happens and you mess that up, like you move even slightly, it's a reload or a reset.
Yep.
So once again, Ifan he's like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And this is like the 3rd time he's left our party and rejoined. So yeah, we just don't like him. Anyways, we're gonna super fling to the end of the boat there, and just finish up Act 3.
Moment of respite.
Hey, Worldly, I have been playing tennis lately. I'm trying to figure out like what sort of equipment I should be using for that. And I'm curious if you have any recommendations. Whether it's the type of thing to hit with the racket or something.
I don't know what they're called.
Oh, okay, that works for me.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Am I okay to put in just a couple of donations, if that's okay?
I think so.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So we do have a $5 donation by Pangazello. Hopefully I got your name right there. $5. That says Fox Go Burr. And then we also have a $100 donation by Bahamut, who says, I believe I lost track on how many accidental haymakers I made, so let's round it up to 10 for a great cause. Thank you, Fastest First, for inviting me to show River City girls I had a wonderful time. Abortion is healthcare.
Awesome. So we're about to head into a beautiful part they put a ton of work into. It's the City of Arcs. They actually revamped all of Act 4, except for we're not. We're going to teleport right to the end of the game. Worldly, think it from here, buddy.
This is the last encounter of the game. We're coming up really close on the end. Laramie decided to put a lot of the areas pretty close together. So using a super fling, we can just go straight to the last encounter without going into arcs at all. And then here you're just going to see Lumi do a jump once she moves this bag. She's going to do a jump just to skip a few little cutscenes here. And once again, using that same trick from 1.5 with the if and jump to quick save reload. And we are just out of text. We are kind of like out of the game. The game doesn't know where we are really. It doesn't have any encounters. But here you're going to see the coolest trick in the game, which is the machine gun bag, as I've dubbed it here. Where we use the top-down camera to grab the bag multiple times simultaneously to just like make it go up and land on the enemy super quickly. And just
if you blink, you might miss that fight.
Hopefully, you guys were watching because it was fast. But otherwise, great run, Lumi.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, no spoilers though. Never a spoiler.
No.
And like that, that's Divinity Original Sin 2. I don't have my timer going. Does anybody have a timer? Go ahead and hit time if you have already. Fantastic.
Amazing. Good run indeed. Well done, Lumi. Fantastic. We get some hype in the chat for Lumi for that amazing performance. Lumi, Worldy, where can they find you on social media? And would you like to shout out the community as well? The Divinity,
Worldy, you go first.
Oh, okay. My name is Worldly. Of course, you guys heard at the start. I also speedrun Divinity. I do stream from time to time, but if you want, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/worldly. That's with 2 Ys, the perfect amount of Ys. And also on YouTube. I have some tutorials if you guys are interested in Divinity speedrunning. And I'll pass it over to Lumi for the rest of the information there.
I think you're underselling it. I wouldn't have been speedrunning this game without Worldly. Fantastic tutorials. Check them out. You can find me, of course, twitch.tv/lumiandyou, as well as on YouTube for the same and Twitter for the same. And that's really about it. You can also find me. I'll be on Frame Fatales in about a month as well. And I think that's about it. Huge thanks to everybody. A couple of those donations you read there were from members of the Divinity Original Sin speedrunning community, as well as my little community they've been putting on. So thanks so much for those donations and for hanging out with me for a few minutes. That's all I got, Andy.
That's perfect. Thank you, Lumi, once again for that fantastic run, and to Worldly for commentating. Fantastic. Well done for that amazing performance.